Hello and welcome to episode 10 of the Gate 102 podcast. I hope you're all doing well and have had a good week. Today I'll be talking about yet another World Cup qualifier, England versus Slovakia at Wembley back in September 2017. I must start by saying I'm feeling slightly under the weather, so hopefully you can't tell, but if you can tell that my voice is a bit different, don't worry, I've not dramatically changed my voice overnight. It's just, it's a good job this podcast is audio only, because, then you have to witness a state of me right now. But let's get into it. So, this was quite an important game for England, as going into the game, England were 2 points ahead of Slovakia, top of the group. So, if England had lost this game, or even drawn this game, it would have put real pressure going into the last 2 games. So, a really significant win for England. As always, I'll run through the starting lineup that Southgate picked on what was his 10th game as England manager. So it's Joe Hart in goal, who's back four once again of Kyle Walker, Gary Cahill, Phil Jones and Ryan Bertrand. So a very consistent and solid defence. Eric Dyer and Jordan Henderson were the 2 deep midfielders, with Dele Alli playing slightly ahead of them. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain played on the right, with Rashford playing off the left, and then Harry Kane led the line as the lone striker. So I seem to remember watching the game back, Rashford and Oxlade-Chamberlain kept swapping flanks every so often. So I thought it worked well, as it confused the Slovakian defence and made England more fluid when in possession. But it wasn't a great start for England, as they were 1-0 down within the first 3 minutes of the game. And it was actually a mistake by Rashford in the build-up to the goal. He gave away possession, which led to Slovakia taking the lead. This was obviously a surprise, 3 minutes in, but it wasn't good, as it meant Slovakia went top of the group above England in the table. So it wasn't a great start. And I think it took England a while to get going again. You think going a goal behind early on you think would be a bit more urgent and try and equalise, but it was poor, it was slow. I don't even remember 2 good passes we put together. We weren't aggressive in the press. It wasn't a great first half an hour. I think the England fans were also getting quite frustrated as well, which doesn't always help. Paper airplanes were being thrown and Mexican waves, and the usual saga that goes on at Wembley. It was a pretty dreadful start to the game. But England did get the equaliser through Eric Dyer around half an hour into the game, scoring at the near post from a Rashford corner. And just relief really that England got the equaliser after a poor start. And in fairness to Dyer, he's a player for the big moments when you need him. He scored England's first goal in Euro 2016. He won the game in the 3-2 win against Germany away under Roy Hodgson. And obviously, most of all, he scored the penalty against Colombia, which obviously I'll talk about in a few episodes' time. But my point is that, Dyer was a key player who stepped up when England needed him, and he did so on this game, getting the equaliser. And I think this goal kick-started the game for England, really. He then controlled the game from there. We started actually playing some decent football again, dominating possession. So England went in at half-time with some optimism. It was a big 45 minutes to follow. And so moving on to the second half, just before the 60th minute mark, Marcus Rashford made amends for his earlier error and scored what was a brilliant goal from outside the box to give England the lead. And this was a special moment for the United youngster at the time, after what was a poor start for him personally. Obviously giving the ball away for the opposition goal, but a great finish to make it 2-1 to England. This is his second England goal. His first came in his debut against Australia back in 2016. Like I said before, he also got the assist for Bay's goal. So, despite a bad start for him, Rashford was involved in both goals that turned it around. That gave England a massive 3 points. I remember thinking after the game that England didn't have the talent as other teams in Europe, like like France, like Spain, like Germany, and even Portugal and that. But what they did have was character and resilience to come back from behind. And this was something we saw all throughout Southgate's reign as manager. I mean, 2 episodes ago or 3 episodes ago, I talked about the Scotland game where, we came back, we looked dead, Scotland thought they'd won it, and then Harry Kane, last minute equaliser. And, it shows what character these boys have. And it's once again England digging deep to get the points, and obviously we saw it a lot in Euro 2024 and other tournaments. So I think Southgate coming in really created that sort of culture of playing for each other, and England dug deep and got the win to make it 2-1 after what was obviously a bad start. I also think it's helped that you had experienced players like Cahill, Henderson, Hart, Phil Jones, all mixed in with the young ones like Rashford, Ali, and even Harry Kane at the time. So this created a good balance amongst the group of players, and I think the young players learned a lot from those experienced players. Good balance, and it was a case of job done really. England worked great throughout the 90 minutes, and the performance fluctuated, but once again it's 3 points, and this was probably, in my opinion, the most important win of the qualification campaign, as it meant England had to win only one of the next 2 games to qualify, which were against Slovenia and Lithuania. And it's the Slovenia game where I'll be talking about next week. So, my plan is I'll do the next 2 qualifying games against Slovenia and Lithuania. Then I'll be talking about a few friendlies. Then it'll be time to talk about the 2018 World Cup, which I can't wait to do. So looking forward to start talking about that World Cup. So not long until that. Just a reminder, you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and the DM's always open on those as well. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Obviously, this is my 10th, so 10 done, 92 to go. Please let me know what you think of them and how I can improve them. It's your show as much as mine, so please let me know and give me feedback. But now it just leaves me to say, as always, a massive thank you for listening. Really appreciate it. And until next time, take care, and I'll see you soon.